paid fire department that you had, when you had one, if you had 2 units responding, you got 2 calls in. But when you all respond, you might get 17 calls in, and we don't have somebody that answers every single, you know.
We never ask them to answer every single person. That's for us to know how many people we've got responding. But morning test page, they need to respond so that we know in different areas whether we're getting signal or not. A long time ago, we told one of his people, I can't speak for everybody else, I can speak for us. You know, we have 15 people respond. First one goes, everybody goes to the station. They ride on a big red truck, or a little red truck, okay? But that lets us know how many people we have responded. So that if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if we've only got 3 or 4, we can call our neighbors and say, let's go get you moving. Okay, that's for us, not necessarily for 911. They only need to acknowledge the first 1 or 2. But those morning test pages, they should acknowledge everybody. And there are times, and I can tell you this personally, when we've taken a truck, you leave the station, go to Harris County Vehicle Maintenance, you call them and tell them the truck's en route to Harris County Vehicle Maintenance, you never hear a word. It's like church on Sunday morning, it's absolutely quiet.
Each department does a little different. Andy's correct that the whole way to a call, I know 911's got their hands full, so they're trying to do multiple tasking and several different things. Our protocol in our department is the initial 1 or 2 let them know that we received the page. Everybody reports to the officer, the highest ranking officer, that they're en route. So it takes out more. It allows 911 to have more time to do what they need to do with whatever they're doing to make this happen. So we get the initial 2, we get the apparatus and they're out, and then our guys report to the apparatus and they're out. Each department does a little bit different.
Let me add one point. The importance to us is we need to know that radio is working. There's been more issues on radios that I'm sure you don't need to be sitting here tonight listening to it again, but for instance, on our last test page, I tried 3 times to respond to 911, and I know I'm being heard by my firefighters, but 911 won't respond to me. I've gotten where I'm pretty persistent about that. Even at the end, I'll call them on the phone. They said, yeah, we heard you. We heard you the first time.
Why did they say why they didn't answer you?
No.
Well, I'll find out.
Well, I've had reasons, but I'm not going to go into that. But the point is that it just adds more anxiety to an issue that's already not a fun subject. And so that's the time when we're verifying that we have communications. That is not on the scene or anything, but we know that radio is working. At least it worked the last time. So I can't emphasize enough that that's something that needs to be taken care of.
Absolutely. Got it on my list. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
We'd like a motion to fill in blanks.
Well, what are y'all, obviously we can't hold you to it at this point in time, but it's going to be part of the figure. When we're talking about the $48,000, the $4,800 per department.
You just took away.
You might want to give our portion back.
Well, you'll get 2 radios, so you'll have 8
That's true.
if we use these originals plus the 4,800 per department. That is what I was figuring. So it gets about 10 per department, except his, since they're using it for construction, but they've already bought radios.
Yeah, that's 10, but
And that's fine. Then I know how much I've got to raise. I know this man's got a lot more radios than I do.
well, that's what I want to try to look at. We need to solve this problem. We need to take y'all out of danger. We need, our public safety people, without you, where are we?
That's right.
So we need to protect you.
You know, I will tell you that, and no disrespect intended to anyone, but these people cost you less than anybody else has cost you. And providing you with a service.
We understand that.
I know that.
If you want a good idea of how much Antioch saves the county, go to our homepage. On the national standard average for charging per call, we have each call posted on the homepage, what it saved the county.
I know it's a bunch.
Are you allowed to charge the insurance company?
It's a very thin line, but yes, on home structure fires, you can charge, on home structure fires, you can charge the insurance company up to $500, you cannot charge the homeowner.
Understood.
Because the state gives money back, or the insurance company gives the state back money, which is whatever safety funds. On accidents, yes, you can charge the insurance company for accidents. On medical assist,
What's the likelihood of you recouping that?
I can
very
say-
little. We have a third-party billing company that does collect some.
Just because you
not
charge them,
much.
they don't, I mean, they don't have to.
The insurance company should have to.
No.
Because it's in your
No,
premium.
they do.
We've gone all the way to
How's
the
that responding back, Skip?
insurance commissioner on a couple, and they'll come back and they'll tell you the maximum is $500 that an insurance company is obligated. But if you receive so much percentage of your annual income from county funds, all bets are off. We had a $500,000 motorhome over on 85 that we went on to, and it was a loss. We tried to just get some money out of that, and they said, you know, we won't pay you anything, so we just give up.
Something's wrong with the system, because as homeowners, we are, that's included in our premiums. It's to pay. Last time I looked at it, it was.
Did you get a number?
We do not have a response from Waverly Hall yet in Shiloh. We have 188 radios at this point, without response from those two departments.
So I would say 200 or 210.
I really don't know. I know they only have 10 firefighters, maybe 7.
Who's that?
These guys don't know what it is. I mean, they can only speak for theirs.
I hate to guess because each department's.
Right.
That's why I said Dean can give you an exact number.
What does Dean have enough radios to replace all of them?
Not right
Place
now.
it. If we place the order out.
Just need to order replaced before the end of the month, what it told.
Without Shiloh and without Waverly Hall, we got 188.
Do you have Hamilton?
He's got 20 in different counties. We've been texting the chiefs to figure out how many they need to fill the 20. I'm sorry, sir?
They already have.
Ellerslie purchased, they had already purchased quite a few. He said he needed 4 more, or I'm sorry, 8 more to complete his task.
Yeah.
But he'd already purchased quite a few.
And Ellerslie kind of serves as a test bed for who do this stuff, you know, because Dean volunteers there. And it's a good thing. That way they can throw out what doesn't work and bring in what does. We found this out a little bit earlier.
That 188 includes Ellerslie or does not include Ellerslie?
No, we-
Yeah, that includes those. It didn't include Shiloh and Waverly Hall.
They only need 8. So is that total radios or just the 8?
I wish the other commissioners could have a radio for 1 week.
Yes.
It would amaze you
Well, I didn't
how
count the
often,
bacon radio.
how often our volunteer fire departments are called out. You would be amazed.
I didn't count the radio.
You didn't count my radio.
We had tools on Sunday.
And most times it comes in bunches.
It does.
Always comes in 3.
Yeah, John, do you have it booked? There we go. Yeah, Dave. That's all right. Uh-huh. 302. Yeah, right. 270 existing ones that haven't been upgraded. All right, but, go ahead. Okay, I just put you on speakerphone by the mic so they could hear too.
Does that include, is that strictly what the firefighters are using?
Yeah, that's just firefighting.
Okay.
What is,
That is correct.
so,
That's just portable through our initial counts, for the, fire group.
And that, what was that number again?
I had 302.
302 to begin with, and
That's correct.
yet with the, some that have already been taken care of, you're down to what, 200 and what?
If I take off where I showed you Ellerslie, that rated 20 theirs, Northwest, that rated 5, and Charlotte is that rated 1, that's 26 years. So if I back that off from 302, that gives me a total of 270 is what I'm showing out there.
276, okay. Now, I guess the question then for the chiefs is, how many of those are actually in use?
Correct, correct. We need to just know what's in use and what needs to be upgraded, and that would be the numbers. Yeah, we just need to get the counts from them on what your needs are.
Do you know about how many Waverly Hall had?
I'm showing Waverly Hall, my initial count. Waverly Hall 5, showing 23 portables.
23 portables, and do you know how many Sephora's they've gotten? Haven't they got some?
Now, they got one demo, but not one of them. They
Just
have
one
not
demo.
purchased or upgraded.
So take that one demo off. And, well, is it a fully functional unit?
It is, it's one I loaned to them.
Oh, you loaned it to them, so we still got to buy one for that one.
Can you tell
That
me
is correct. They're just demoing one that I loaned.
And you said, now how about Shiloh? Because that's the only other number we have. I think we're missing, they got
Showers, I had an initial count as well, and I know that he's upgraded one of his.
So Shiloh's 11. All right, so they
I
had,
can give you the number, if you want to jot down what I'm showing, and then compare it for you.
okay,
I had initially shown Antioch with 50 regular portals.
okay.
I showed Waverly Hall with 3. I showed
Okay,
Charlotte Fire with 12.
okay,
I showed Pine Mountain Valley with 25. I showed Pine Mountain Fire Department with 18. Northwest Harris with 32. Glen Hopewell with 15. I showed Hamilton Fire Department with 20. I showed Ellerslie with 32. And then I showed Catawba at 45. And then I had 10 that were marked as miscellaneous fire, so I don't. And there again, I'm looking at some preliminary numbers on the spreadsheet.
yeah,
I knew just about where those 10 were, but I'm going back and just all it.
Okay. all right. Hang on, Dean. The 188, are y'all pretty confident of that number? And then we add Shiloh and Waverly Hall to that? And that's kind of your active,
I think so. Waverly Hall just texted me back, and he put 20 on
he put 20,
there. Yes. I asked him, my text was, how many power radios do you need to upgrade to each person having a power radio?
he said
He said
21.
20.
20.
Right.
Would that include his
And then-
apparatus too?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Would that include his apparatus?
He's okay on the apparatus.
I'll look at
Yes.
that.
Okay, and then Shiloh is, say 11, if they got one.
And then Ellerslie just upgraded me, he said 22.
And you had 8 down for him.
Didn't he have a bunch? Because initially he initially gave me a 4.
Okay.
You gave me a 4, and then add trucks.
Well, the
The
truck-
handhelds for the trucks.
Dean,
Yes, sir.
let me ask you a question. If the special offer, does that have a limit on the number of units we can buy?
That's not, there was another offers what they were giving us on that. It was just, time related, but
Okay.
there's not limit to the order that you want to take advantage of.
All right, hold on.
Right.
Yep.
That was based on one trade-in per that you were getting, that's the only stipulation.
So if Ellerson has given you 20, you said the upgrade 22,
Now, those areas on the meter.
now I'm talking to them. He's saying now 22. All right, so then that's 14 more, so that jumps your 188 to 202. And then 20 at Waverly Hall and 11 for Shiloh. That's 243 more. No,
234.
234. 233.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I understand the magnitude of what we're asking and where we're at with this amount of numbers. While you have Dean on the phone, the next question I would have would be, what would be the existence of the current radio, or the radios that we have do not get changed out? Will they, in the future, be able to?
Oh, like the ones that you have kind of on the shelf
On
for
the shelf,
spares?
yeah.
Dean, I guess, yeah, the question is of the radios now that they have not, or not assigned to a firefighter, that are just on the shelf, if we, I mean, it would be past the, I'm afraid it would be, I know it would be past the deadline, but those radios, what's their fate? Is there any way to change those? I mean, obviously we could buy more Sikoros later down the road, but is there any kind of consideration we could get down the road?
I can certainly go to them and get you an answer. I think they'd be agreeable, especially if we've gone to this point and sounds like you're in the 230-ish
Yeah.
range on the order. How many other additional radios are they talking about, so I can get a number?
That'd be the difference between the 302.
I guess that would be the difference between the 302 and the 202, about another 100.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 233 and the 302, so we're 65.
Okay. And what kind of time frame are we talking about on doing that? I know the order I turned in with the first of the month, it was no questions asked. We're talking about an additional 60 some odd regular.
Yeah.
So we're talking months, or we're talking, what kind of time are you asking for on those? Because with the trade-in value for any of those radios is probably going to go back down somewhere in the $150 price.
Then it goes down by time, yeah.
That's right.
Gentlemen, what do you think with the ones, I mean, how many of those do you need within the next year or so? I know that's hard to ask you.
I have any way to know.
You have no way of knowing?
No.
It depends on how many people walk in and say, I want to join the.
See, why don't you see what the best you could do for us? And hang on a minute, Dean.
They're just sitting here, I mean, if you divide it up per department, you got some departments are larger than others.
Yep.
You know, is there some way that you could pool these things, these radios, and then draw them out, per department based on the per head that you're using? As opposed to say, you give each one of them X number of dollars, some of them are gonna have a bunch of them, and then some of them are not gonna have enough. Kind of like
Yeah.
checking out books.
You draw a radio, like you draw your army equipment.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't,
I mean, would that work?
What originally started this was we all bought all of our radios, all the 800 radios we purchased ourselves. So there was no county funds in that. So whenever we made the trade at the time, those were radios that were under our ownership that we turned in. So, you know, it's hard for us to make a stab at that, I guess, from that standpoint.
Something with the VHF radios we had. We bought those ourselves and we gave them back to the county. We
Yeah.
gave them to the county.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We've already done that.
Each department has, as Byron was saying, that we have purchased the radios in the history out of our own funds. The amount of radios that each department has is, at that particular point, the maximum number of firefighters we had at one point. So hopefully somewhere down the line, we're gonna get back to that point of number of firefighters in our department. And every day, someone in one department somewhere is trying to recruit a new person to be able to work in the fire department. So if I've got,
What I'm saying
if I got
is you
10
got-
radios on the shelf as reserve, I'm hoping to put that in somebody's hand.
Yeah, I know it, but then you got somebody else that's walking around with one radio, for their whole department, and they might only have 10 firefighters, 11 firefighters.
Craig, what were you doing on the, take the 48,000, I got that. What were you talking about on the other splosh? And some of it is already committed, I understand.
Yeah, there was, I gotta look back.
2009, one.
Yeah.
Was that the 35,000 per department?
130,000.
Is that the 35,000 per department?
Got the 35.
Yeah, and I had.
Because I've got some projects that are in the.
I know some of that's spoken for.
So, but
All right.
I figured you'd get 200, well, I think it was 170.
233 radios would be $128,150 at this special rate. If you take the 48,000 against it, that leaves $80,000.
Well, that leaves, we just gave Brian.
Well,
We took, yeah, but
Just
he's,
took parts
but
of
he's
it.
already got 6 radios, so it's 174,000, no, I'm sorry, 139,000 when you take out Northwest's portion, but then some of the other ones have it. But if you backed into it, figured the 44,000 from 2004, and then added that to, I guess, figured out how many radios we need, and then back that number into it, then you could actually figure out what the actual cost damages would be, so you could back into it.
Will the Hytera continue to work?
That's what I was gonna, is Steve still on there?
Dean's still on, yeah.
Yes, sir.
The high tier, I think, will still work on the fire ground. So, I mean, in a pinch, we can use them.
Can you hear Byron, Dean?
I can hear Frank, but I think the question is, will the Hyteras continue to work? Absolutely, they will continue to work. The only difference is the automated feature of the gateway functionality does not work with the Hyteras on the recent cores. But other than that, on fire scene, talking, they're exactly what
On scene, they'll do okay.
I have one more.
But we still need to give them the support to be able to
Right.
be reachable off scene.
That's right.
Okay.
Use the full functionality for the automation. If you do them all, then that cuts down any incompatibility. All will be consistently the same. They work with the gateways and all works exactly. That's the automation piece that support has. That's the only difference.
Okay, thanks. Without using any of that money that Greg's looking at right now, we need $80,000 more dollars. $80,150 to do the full 233 radios. We were gonna do, I don't know how many we'd actually ended up with otherwise, but we were talking about 20 radios, that was 11,000, so then we're looking at another 69,000,
So you're saying 233 radios?
233.
Times
That
five.
doesn't address the ones that aren't being used.
That's
These are-
128,000, yeah.
Yeah, it's 128,150, less than 48,000.
The number I got from Miller, so I just talked to the chief, because it's gone up and down a couple times, was 6.
Now comes
It went from 4
to 22 to 6.
6. So that may help a little bit.
All right, that takes off 16.
Count that quick before it changes again.
I have another question for Dean. How long should we be able to expect the Supura to be the units we want before we have to upgrade or change or
What's the shelf life?
yeah, shelf life, expectancy, whatever? are the units capable of upgrades at such time as there may be upgrades available?
They're all software upgradable and everything's in there with the score. That is the functionality that needed, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so 71,350, less, say, the 11 that we were talking about, it's only another 60,000. And it still doesn't address the others, but I'm more concerned getting to the guys you got on the ground right now.
Harry, I will make this offer right here, and I think that can speak on behalf of Secor based on what they're doing. If we have expanded that out of the radius you're talking about now, which is roughly how many 100 and some odd units.
Do what now?
What is the number that you're coming up with right now that you're comfortable with doing, and then the balance that we got on the shelf? What's the number they got you now? I could do it at 33 or 180. I've been hearing a bunch of numbers. I'm trying to figure out exactly what numbers you're at.
Well, yeah, we got a new update from Ellerslie, so the new number of active radios is 217.
217.
Which would then leave, 83, 85, kind of on the shelf based on your 302 number.
Okay. All right. Based on upgrading 217 now, I will go to Secor and I'll make them back us for at least another 4 months with the option to upgrade the other 85 if that would help you guys. I've actually got this meeting about a conference with the Secor group today.
How convenient.
And so I think that I have to leverage that if I can tell them based on the numbers. Because we had no idea how many counties going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
We initially went to 25 radios, is what you were telling me.
Right.
But I can stand behind and give you a 4-month window to make your decision on the other at the same price, 550.
On the balance of 80 or so, 80, 85. Okay.
And that gives you time, rather than us all hashing out, trying to make a decision here tonight that may or may not include the right party. I'll extend over and above the 217 4 months to the balance 85, and that'll allow you to make a decision.
Okay.
If you want all in on the rest of it.
All right.
You know that back.
That's very nice. That's a big help. Yeah. 217, okay.
I got it at 117,000.
It's 100, yeah. So, we still left at the 233, I'm sorry, the 217 times the 550 is 119,350, less the 48,000 is 71,350.
You keep going to 48,000, but we already gave 4,800 away to.
Right, you gotta subtract that.
Well, all right.
And they've already spent the money on the radio, so I think that's fair.
Okay.
We'll give it about the $80,000 range.
All right. So all right, so 40.
But you got it.
Talking about 75, 76,000.
Do you think the Chiefs group will agree to forego the 2004 money? Since you really didn't have, weren't counting on it
They
before?
can't, they can't answer for the others.
Half of them.
It doesn't matter.
We
but
can't answer for
they
the
can't
other
answer
group,
for
but
the
all of
other
us agree that
chiefs.
safety is our primary issue. And
That's all.
without proper
That's-
communication, safety
that's-
is.
You're talking about the $4,800,
Yes.
right? Well, like I said, we were already going to request it anyway, so yeah, we're
Yes.
on board.
But see, Andy can only answer for his,
I understand that.
they can't answer for the others, that's
We're gonna ask
unfair.
for it anyway.
Well, can they answer for themselves?
That's the only ones they can
I
answer.
think they
But
have
don't
answered
answer
for
your wife.
themselves.
Yes.
So they're willing to do that. And I think safety is a big issue. I just have to trust that the others will go along with that. Well,
You're bigger than Byron.
That's all right. Going away with it all tonight, that would be fun.
so who's not here? Hamilton, Waverly Hall, Evanston, and Pine Mountain Valley, and Shiloh.
Yeah, and Ricky and I had some discussion about it, and I'm not sure if he was planning on using that money for it or not, but I know he was looking at buying some more. But that was,
Some more radios?
85
that was
is,
what we discussed.
85 radios for those other 5 departments. I don't know where it'll come from.
I don't know either.
And maybe, or maybe not, they agree to go into part of the 2009 spot, but I just think we have to make a decision, not counting on that. But I do think we need to put radios in all their hands.
Working radios.
Yeah.
I'll make a recommendation that we buy a radio for every radio for every active fireman, so they all have one, and the figure that I'm coming up with is 217.
Right. 217, and that gives us a little bit, and plus if Dean, gives us a 4-month window, that gives us time to figure out exactly what we want to do with the others.
And I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any other discussion or any discussion? We've had a bit. All right, all in favor of the motion? It's unanimous, Dean. Order the 217, and then we will work with you on the others on the show.
Absolutely. And I appreciate it, and I will do a report on that to make the piece happen, to give you all time.
Okay. Thank you, Dean. We appreciate it. All right.
One other question here for you. Are y'all voting tonight on the Waverly Hall site, or is that coming up on another meeting?
Next meeting.
Next meeting.
Next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
I'll talk to you on tomorrow, but I appreciate your help here, and we'll make it work.
Well, I appreciate yours. Thank you very much, Dean.
Thank you, I'll see you.
All right, you too.
The next thing is to make sure we get this done by the 29th.
I just placed the order.
Oh, yeah.
So it's done.
Yeah. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your being here.
Appreciate
And,
everything that you do.
and this is good. We'll find a place. Well, it didn't, but we'll.
To be exact.
TBD.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, and
And worst, gentlemen.
Paul will find me.
Did that motion include the ones that were originally came up? The 20 that y'all were talking about tonight? Did it include those?
Well, that
Yes.
was,
That's all.
Well-
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, okay.
yeah, the 20 is
Just
part of
wanna
the
make sure
217.
So we only about 197 more.
Okay.
No, we buy 217.
Yeah.
I know, 197 more than the 20.
Let's stop with the
Oh, then the 20, yes, yeah.
I got it. Just wanted
Okay.
to make sure.
217.
217.
Got it.
And I'm happy about that.
You ready to adjourn? No.
All right. Mr. Taylor, do you have anything?
I wouldn't dare.
All
I'm
right.
sure I do not.
Okay, well, thank you for sitting in. That's, I think that was a critical issue and we needed to be
Very
done.
much so.
All right, anybody else got anything? I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Okay.
I will not be here next week.
Oh, all in favor of the motion to adjourn? You will not be here next time? Becky and Jim, I sent y'all an email late this afternoon, you haven't had time to read it.